If your kidneys are getting weaker, the glass of milk you drink every morning may deserve a second look, especially if your doctor has mentioned high creatinine, swollen ankles, nighttime urination, or blood pressure that is hard to control. Many older adults drink milk because they believe it protects their bones. But after 60, the wrong milk may quietly add more phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and protein than your kidneys can comfortably handle. The scary part is you may not feel anything at first. No pain, no warning. Just one day your lab results start changing. In this video, I'll show you 3 kidney-friendlier milks older adults may want to consider and what to check on the label before you buy. Before we begin, comment below what kind of milk do you usually drink every morning. And if you want simple food guidance that helps you protect your kidneys, one small choice at a time, subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you make senior health feel easier, not more confusing. Now let us begin with the first one. Number 3, unsweetened cashew milk. When people hear cashew milk, many of them pause for a second. Cashews. Can someone with weak kidneys really drink milk made from nuts? That is a fair question, but what matters most is not only where the milk comes from. What matters is what is inside that glass. How much phosphorus does it have? How much potassium does it have? How much sodium does it have? How much protein does it have? For someone with kidney concerns, these are the numbers that matter. Regular cow's milk can contain a fairly high amount of phosphorus. Phosphorus is a mineral that healthy kidneys can usually manage. But when the kidneys are weak, extra phosphorus can build up in the blood. This can disturb the body's mineral balance, it can affect the bones, it can affect the blood vessels, and it can force the kidneys to work harder than they should. Unsweetened cashew milk, on the other hand, is usually much lower in phosphorus than cow's milk. It also comes from a plant source. Because of that, the natural phosphorus in it is often less easily absorbed. This is different from phosphorus in animal-based dairy. It is also different from phosphorus in industrial additives. Think of it this way. If cow's milk is like a heavy bag your kidneys have to carry up the stairs, unsweetened cashew milk is more like a much lighter bag. The kidneys still have work to do, but the pressure may be lower. The next thing to look at is potassium. For people with chronic kidney disease, potassium is not something to ignore. When the kidneys cannot filter well, potassium can build up in the blood. And when potassium gets too high, it does not only make a person feel tired or weak, it can also affect the heartbeat. A glass of cow's milk can contain a much higher amount of potassium. Unsweetened cashew milk is often lower in potassium. This may make it easier to manage for many people who are following a kidney-conscious diet. Then there is sodium. High sodium makes the body hold on to fluid. That extra fluid can lead to swollen feet. It can lead to higher blood pressure. It can create heaviness in the body, and it can cause general discomfort. High blood pressure is also one of the factors that can make kidney function decline even faster. That is why people with kidney concerns are often told to cut back on salt. But it is not just the salt you add to food. You also have to pay attention to drinks. You have to pay attention to packaged foods. You have to pay attention to canned foods. And you have to pay attention to processed items. Unsweetened cashew milk, if you choose the right kind, is often fairly low in sodium. That may make it a gentler option for many older adults. There is one more thing worth mentioning. That is the type of fat in cashew milk. Cashew milk may contain monounsaturated fats. These are similar to the healthy fats found in olive oil. This may be better for heart health than getting too much saturated fat from whole cow's milk. And for someone with weak kidneys, the heart and kidneys are like two old friends living in the same house. When one struggles, the other feels it too. Healthier blood vessels can support the kidneys in the long run. Steadier blood pressure can support the kidneys in the long run. Better circulation can also support the kidneys in the long run. Unsweetened cashew milk is also usually low in protein. This can be helpful for some people with kidney disease who are not on dialysis yet. It may also be helpful for people who have been told by their doctor to control protein intake. When the body breaks down protein, it produces waste. The kidneys have to filter that waste. So when you drink a lower protein milk, you are not using up part of your daily protein allowance. You are also not using it on something that may not be the best source of protein for you. But this is the most important part. Not every carton of cashew milk is good for the kidneys. Many companies add extra nutrients to make the nutrition label look better. They may add calcium phosphate. They may add tricalcium phosphate. They may add dipotassium phosphate. They may also add other ingredients that contain the word phosphate. For a healthy person, added calcium may sound like a good thing, but for someone with weak kidneys, phosphate additives can be a problem. The body may absorb them very strongly, and when that happens, a milk that looks kidney-friendly on the front of the carton may not be kidney-friendly at all. So before you buy it, do one simple thing. Turn the carton around, read the ingredient list. Do not just look at the front. The front always looks good. Healthy, plant-based, calcium-rich, no sugar. It all sounds attractive. But the truth is, usually on the back in the ingredient list, look for unsweetened cashew milk with no added phosphate. The simpler the ingredient list, the better. And even if you choose the right kind, do not overdo it. For older adults, especially those with kidney concerns, even healthy foods need moderation. 1 cup a day may be reasonable for many people. But if your lab numbers are abnormal, it is best to ask your doctor or a renal dietitian first. And if you think cashew milk is already gentle on the kidneys, the next one may surprise you even more. Number 2. Unsweetened rice milk. Rice milk is something many people do not think about. When people talk about replacing cow's milk, they usually think of oat milk first, or almond milk, or soy milk. But for someone who is worried about kidney health, unsweetened rice milk is a very important option to consider. The reason is simple. Rice milk is often very light when it comes to minerals. People with weak kidneys need to pay close attention to 3 things: phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. You can think of them as the 3 numbers to watch. When the kidneys are healthy, they are like a careful gatekeeper. They filter and balance what is in the blood. But as we age, kidney function may decline. That gatekeeper may not be as fast as before. It may not be as strong as before. If you keep bringing in too many minerals that are hard to process, the kidneys have to work harder. Unsweetened rice milk is often lower in phosphorus than cow's milk. And the natural phosphorus from plant sources is usually not absorbed as strongly as phosphorus from dairy. It is also not absorbed as strongly as phosphorus from food additives. This matters a lot. When phosphorus builds up in the blood, the body may start pulling calcium from the bones to restore balance. Over time, that can weaken the bones. It may also affect the blood vessels. For older adults, that is something nobody wants. A person who is 65 or 70 is not only worried about the kidneys, they are also worried about falling. They are worried about fragile bones. They are worried about the heart. They are worried about blood pressure. Everything in the body is connected. So reducing the phosphorus burden can be a small step with real meaning. When it comes to potassium, rice milk is also often much lower than cow's milk. You can picture it like this. If each glass of cow's milk is a large bill, your kidneys have to pay. Rice milk is more like a smaller bill. It is not nothing, but it may be easier to handle. For someone at risk of high potassium, this is worth paying attention to. Potassium is not something you always feel right away. Some people only find out through a blood test. And if potassium rises too high, it can affect the heart. That is why doctors often talk carefully about bananas. They talk about oranges. They talk about potatoes. They talk about tomatoes. They talk about coconut water. And they talk about daily beverages when guiding people with kidney concerns. Sodium in unsweetened rice milk is also usually low if you choose the right product. This may support blood pressure control. It may also help reduce fluid retention. For someone who often has swollen feet, this can matter. For someone who often has heavy legs, this can matter. For someone who wakes up with a puffy face in the morning, this can matter. And for someone who sees sock marks around the ankles by evening, this can matter. Reducing sodium in small daily choices can make a difference over time. Another point is protein. Rice milk is usually very low in protein. This may be helpful for some people with kidney disease who are not on dialysis yet. It may also help people who need to manage their protein intake under medical guidance. When protein is broken down in the body, it creates waste such as urea. The kidneys are responsible for filtering that waste. Put simply, weak kidneys are like an old coffee filter that has been used for many years. If you keep pouring too many grounds into it, it may still work, but it will work more slowly. It will strain more. It may clog more easily. Choosing a lower protein drink may help reduce some of that extra waste. That means the kidneys may have less to handle. However, rice milk also comes with something to watch out for. Many rice milk products sold in stores contain added sugar. Some contain flavorings. Some contain added minerals. If you choose one with added sugar, it may not be good for blood sugar. This is especially important for someone with diabetes. And diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney function decline. So the rule is simple. Choose unsweetened rice milk. Choose one with no added phosphate. Avoid products that are heavily fortified with extra minerals. Again, read the label. If you see words like phosphate calcium, phosphate tricalcium phosphate, or potassium phosphate, consider putting it back on the shelf. Do not let the front of the carton fool you. Older Americans have a saying, read the fine print. That means pay attention to the small words. When it comes to kidney health, those small words may be the most important part. And if you are still watching right now, comment the number 2 below. You do not have to write anything long. Just comment the number 2. That tells me you are still here. It also helps this video reach more older adults who are worried about their kidneys but may not know where to begin. Now let us move to the final one. This may be the most interesting choice in the list today. Number 1. Unsweetened flax milk. Cashew milk and rice milk are helpful because they may reduce the burden on the kidneys. They are often lower in phosphorus. They are often lower in potassium. They are often lower in sodium. And they are often lower in protein. But flax milk has something a little different. It is not only light on the kidneys, it may also support the body in another way. It may help support inflammation control. It may also help support blood vessel health. For older adults, especially those with chronic kidney disease, silent inflammation is a real concern. The kidneys do not always decline because of one big hit. Sometimes they weaken slowly. It is like a wall that has been taking in water for years, a little bit each day. No one notices it at first. Then one day the cracks appear. Flax milk contains alpha-linolenic acid. This is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acids are often mentioned when people talk about heart health. They are also mentioned when people talk about inflammation, and they are often mentioned when people talk about overall wellness. For someone with weak kidneys, supporting lower inflammation throughout the body may be an advantage. Of course, this does not mean flax milk cures kidney disease. It does not. But it may be worth considering as part of an overall lifestyle. That lifestyle includes eating less salt. It includes managing blood sugar. It includes managing blood pressure. It includes taking medication properly. It includes keeping medical appointments. And it includes choosing the right foods. When it comes to phosphorus, unsweetened flax milk is often very low. That is true as long as it is not fortified with phosphate additives. This is very important for someone who needs to control phosphorus in the blood. When it comes to potassium, flax milk is also often much lower than cow's milk. Some products may be extremely low in potassium. This depends on the brand. That can give people who need to limit potassium another easier choice in daily life. When it comes to sodium, unsweetened flax milk is also usually quite low if you choose a simple product. This makes it more aligned with the goal of reducing blood pressure strain. It also supports the goal of reducing fluid retention. And here is something many people may like. Flax milk is often nearly cholesterol-free. It is often low in calories, and it is often very low in protein. For someone who is in the stage before dialysis, this can be helpful. It may be helpful if that person has been told to reduce protein. But I need to say something very important. If you are already on dialysis, your protein needs may be different. People on dialysis often need more protein. This helps make up for what is lost during treatment. So do not cut back on protein or change your diet just because you heard in a video that low protein is better for the kidneys. For people on dialysis, everything should be guided by a doctor or a renal dietitian. For people who are not on dialysis yet, the situation may be different. This includes people who are watching creatinine. It also includes people who have early to moderate kidney disease. For these people, choosing drinks that are lower in phosphorus, potassium, and sodium may be a wise step. But just like the first two milks, flax milk has one big trap: phosphate additives. Many companies add tricalcium phosphate to increase the calcium content. They do this to make the label look better. A shopper sees calcium rich and thinks it must be good for the bones. But for weak kidneys, this may be something to avoid. So remember this simple rule: no sugar, no phosphate. The shorter the ingredient list, the better. If you pick up a carton and the ingredient list looks as long as a grocery receipt, be careful. If it has too many strange words you cannot pronounce, it may be better to put it down. Look for another option. Kidney health does not need flashy choices. It needs simple choices, it needs steady choices, and it needs appropriate choices. So now we have 3 milks older adults with kidney concerns may want to consider. Number 3. Unsweetened cashew milk. It may be gentler than cow's milk. It is often lower in phosphorus and potassium, and if you choose the right one, it may provide fats that are better for heart health. Number 2. Unsweetened rice milk. It is simple, it is easy to drink, and it is often very light in minerals. It may be helpful for people who need to reduce the burden of phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. Number 1. Unsweetened flax milk. It is not only light on the kidneys, it also contains alpha-linolenic acid. This is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. It may support inflammation control. It may also support blood vessel health. But the most important thing these 3 choices have in common is this: you must choose the right kind. Do not choose the kind with added sugar. Do not choose the kind with added phosphate. Do not choose it just because the front says healthy. Turn it around, read the back, look at the ingredients. Choose the simplest option you can find, because sometimes what helps the kidneys feel less burdened is not a huge life change. It is not an extreme diet. It may be something as simple as replacing the milk you drink every morning with a more suitable choice. 1 glass each morning. One small decision repeated over weeks and months. For a young person that may not seem like much, but for someone over 50, small choices like this can matter. At that age, the kidneys are no longer as strong as they used to be. And remember this: if your creatinine is rising, do not ignore what you drink every day. If your doctor has ever told you that you may have signs of weak kidneys, do not ignore what you drink every day. If you are watching your potassium, phosphorus, blood pressure, or blood sugar, do not ignore what you drink every day. You do not need to panic, you just need to start paying closer attention. As the old saying goes, prevention is always easier than treatment. If this part was helpful, save this list of 3 milks. And the next time you go to the grocery store, try one simple thing. Pick up the carton, turn it around, read the ingredient list before you put it in your cart. Now you know 3 milks that older adults with kidney concerns may want to consider more carefully. Unsweetened cashew milk may be gentler on the kidneys, it may be lower in potassium, and it may offer fats that are better for heart health if you choose the right kind. Unsweetened rice milk is simple, it is easy to drink, and it is often lighter in phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. Unsweetened flax milk is not only light on the kidneys, it also contains plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. These may support inflammation control. They may also support blood vessel health. But what I want you to remember most is not just the names of these 3 milks. The most important thing is this: do not keep drinking out of habit without checking in with your body. When we are younger, we can often be more relaxed with food. A glass of this, a salty meal here and there, a high-protein meal once in a while. The body may still handle it, but after 50 things can change. This is especially true when creatinine starts to rise. It is true when blood pressure becomes harder to control. It is true when feet start swelling. It is true when nighttime urination becomes more frequent. And it is true when the doctor says the kidneys need to be watched. Every small choice begins to matter. A glass of milk every morning may sound very ordinary, but if you repeat it every day, month after month, year after year, it is no longer a small thing. Older Americans often say this: small hinges swing big doors. With kidney health, that is also true. You do not need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to begin with small things. Choose the right milk, eat a little less salt, read labels more carefully, drink fluids according to your doctor's guidance. Do not force yourself to drink too much, and do not skip your regular lab tests. Before you leave this video, I want to give you a simple eating plan for the next 7 days. Nothing complicated, nothing extreme, just a few gentle steps to help you begin taking better care of your kidneys. Tomorrow morning, instead of automatically pouring a glass of cow's milk like you usually do, try doing something different. Pick up the carton, read the back. If you see words like phosphate calcium, phosphate tricalcium phosphate, or dipotassium phosphate, consider choosing something else. Over the next 7 days, if your doctor has not given you specific restrictions, you may try choosing one of the 3 unsweetened milks we talked about today: unsweetened cashew milk, unsweetened rice milk, or unsweetened flax milk. Use a moderate amount, do not overdo it, and pay attention to how your body responds. For breakfast, keep it simple. Choose a glass of milk that is more suitable for your kidneys. Pair it with a light meal that is lower in salt and lower in sugar. Do not turn breakfast into a feast of pastries. Do not turn it into a feast of sausage. Do not turn it into a feast of bacon. And do not fill it with packaged foods. Those foods may taste good, but they often contain a lot of sodium. And sodium is one of the things that can make blood pressure harder to control. It can make swelling harder to control. And it can make kidney strain harder to control. At lunch, look at your plate. Half of your plate can be filled with vegetables that fit your diet. One small part can be a simple starch. One moderate portion can be protein based on your doctor's guidance. If your plate looks like that, you are already moving in a better direction than eating without thinking. At dinner, try to keep it a little lighter. Do not make your kidneys work a heavy night shift. Limit very salty foods. Limit thick sauces. Limit processed foods. And limit meals that make you feel thirsty all night. If you feel heavy after dinner, your body may be trying to tell you something. If you become very thirsty, your body may be trying to tell you something. If you notice more swelling, your body may be trying to tell you something. If your blood pressure rises, your body may be trying to tell you something. During this week, do one more small thing. Write down how you feel. Did your feet swell today? Did you feel more tired? Did you urinate more at night? Was your blood pressure steady? Did your blood sugar change? You do not need to write a lot. Just a few lines a day is enough. because caring for your kidneys is not about guessing. It is about observing, it is about adjusting, and it is about working with your doctor. I also want to say this very clearly. What I share in this video is not a replacement for medical advice. If you have kidney disease, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. If you have diabetes, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. If you have high blood pressure, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. If you take medication, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. If you are on dialysis, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. And if your doctor has told you that your creatinine needs to be monitored, please talk to your doctor or a renal dietitian before changing your diet. The same is true for your estimated glomerular filtration rate. The same is true for your potassium. And the same is true for your phosphorus. Everybody is different. One type of milk may be suitable for one person, but it may not be suitable for another person. One food may be safe at one stage, but it may need to be limited at another stage. So the wise thing is not to follow everything blindly. The wise thing is to understand your body better, ask better questions, and get professional guidance when you need it. But wherever you are on your health journey, remember this. Getting older does not mean you have to become weaker. Your body has been with you for decades. It has carried you through work. It has carried you through family. It has carried you through illness. It has carried you through stress. It has carried you through loss. And it has carried you through many difficult days. Now what it needs is not fear. What it needs is kinder care. One more suitable glass of milk, one meal with less salt, one label read more carefully, one medical appointment not missed, one small decision that is kinder to your kidneys. That is all. But if you do it consistently one day at a time, it can make a difference. If this video helped you understand how to choose milk for weak kidneys, please hit the like button. That tells me this topic is truly helpful for you. If you have a parent, a spouse, a sibling, or an older friend who is worried about creatinine, weak kidneys, high blood pressure, or diabetes, please share this video with them. This may be the reminder they need before their next trip to the grocery store. And if you want more simple, practical, easy-to-follow food guidance for older adults, subscribe to Healthy Tips 60. Now remember this, you do not need to change everything in one day. You only need to begin with one better choice than yesterday. I wish you a peaceful, healthy day, and I hope you feel a little kinder toward your own body today. And, as always, take a deep breath.